Is that not a Dav-O? Yeah, it might be in the short term. And really, I mean, look at the size of this candle here just yesterday. So yeah, and the way that you trade the Davos is you identify your 2 to 1s. And yeah, I could easily see that this thing like pops up into that meeting tomorrow. And then tomorrow is your top, and we have to come all the way right back down against that tail low. Could there have been some sort of bottom in there that you could have traded? I suppose so. It almost looks to me like there's your W there. So there's your Dav-O pattern right there. That means 2 to 1s, maybe something like there, down to there. 2 to 1 is there. Can we get a pop up here? We're now at 412. Can we get a pop over the rest of today and into tomorrow afternoon when the actual announcement happens up into that 4.25 area? Sure. That wouldn't surprise me at all. The original comment was, why isn't RNDR moving up? And, is it one of these situations where you're never going to get a reload zone pullback? I don't like that kind of thinking because, we're not supposed to chase. Don't chase, don't chase, don't chase. I mean, it's awesome that it keeps moving up, but these things always have their corrections. And yeah, you can see the volume is nowhere near what it was over here. So we have a potential volume divergence happening here. MACD is nowhere near its old highs. So we could have a potential MACD divergence developing. RSI is nowhere near its new highs. And Willie is actually now officially stupid. So I think that this is just simply moving with the semiconductor industry. Does that make sense? Anyone? So is that not a Dav-O? Yeah, it might be in the short term. And really, the Dav-O was basically a reversal. I mean, look at the size of this candle here just yesterday. So yeah, and the way that you trade the Davos is you identify your 2 to 1s. And yeah, I could easily see that this thing like pops up into that meeting tomorrow. And then tomorrow is your top, and we have to come all the way right back down against that tail low. So could there be a little Dav-O? I mean, look at this insane candle here yesterday. But, could there have been some sort of bottom in there that you could have traded? I suppose so. But yeah, all right, you're absolutely right. Dav-O thinking, spot on. It almost looks to me like there's your W there. So there's your Dav-O pattern right there. So that means 2 to 1s, maybe something like there, down to there. 2 to 1 is there. So can we get a pop up here? We're now at 412. Can we get a pop over the rest of today and into tomorrow afternoon when the actual announcement happens? Maybe even early Thursday morning or something up into that 4.25 area? Sure. That wouldn't surprise me at all. So yeah, I think you're correct there, TBG, if that is your real name. I'm gonna go to my grave not even knowing what this guy's name is. So that's my comment on RNDR. XTM, I'm not quite sure if we've looked at that. That sounds familiar. Didn't we look at this recently? Yeah, I don't see anything to get really excited about here. You're coming very late to the party. I suppose you could have maybe botted this out. And if that's the case, was that move stop to scratch level? If so, and we came back down to your entry level, then you probably should just hop off. Momentum, I think I've told you this before. Whenever you see MACD look like this, get ready. And if anything, this makes perfect sense with the Fed announcement coming up here. So usually when MACD was like this, I call it a coil. Usually there's a huge blow off top, and then there's a face rip down below the other side. So I'll leave that on the chart, and let's come back and look at this in a few days. My hunch is that that's what it's going to look like. So there could be some pretty crazy ass fireworks here, but just keep in mind that this can go both ways. That's sort of like the bullish resolution. This thing might crap out this side and then come screaming back the other side. I have no idea. And I'm not in the business of predicting this. All I'm saying is that when you see these coils, and really you can even see it right here, right? Can you see this? So we were coiling up and coiling down. And what did we do? We went screaming up and then screaming back down. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So just be forewarned. Something is about to happen here. So just keep your eyes peeled. Is this a value trade in crypto? No, not even remotely. Could this be a momentum trade? You're trading the bullish bot looking for another pop up top? Sure. Right. So, live by the sword, die by the sword. You know how bot setups work. right? We even showed you, here's one that's underwater, that's working away, might get stopped out. I think we didn't map this one out, but you can see there is this one, boom, it almost hit its 100%. So, I mean, you don't know. I mean, this is a trader's life, and this is what I find most. We were even joking about this in the day trader room this morning. You know, MATIC, there's another bot setup. This one, it did fire. Oh, look how smart I am. Then yesterday, oh, look how stupid I am. Oh, now I'm back being smart again. So, I mean, you just don't know in this crazy game. That's why I always say don't trade your opinions, just trade your setups and live with the results. So your name, this might bot its way out here and head up top. I think you're getting a pretty well-defined risk window here. So, you know, if you can just manage yourself and manage your emotions and your behavior, and, you know, just live by the sword, die by the sword. We did 33. We did not do 66. So that looks legit. And project that off of the lows. I'm just eyeballing this, so it's not totally accurate. And of course, it's backwards as usual. So we'll flip it around. And oh, yeah, look at that. So we never did have the move stop to scratch level. I would say that this thing's actually working and it's underwater right now, like the link trade. And you can see all the W's trying to come in here. So don't be shocked if this thing does have some sort of pop here. And since we didn't have move stop to scratch level, this thing's still just technically working away. Do. But I wouldn't call this a value trade without a shadow of a doubt. I would not call this a value trade.